Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go.
What up, now? It's Thursday night right now, man. We live and direct. Boss in the Sauce Show right here with my man. I had to bring back all of my folks that helped for the season, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just your presence. You know what I'm saying? Your presence is enough. So I appreciate that. I like to bring everybody back, into the season. Let everybody know how you doing. Let them don't forget that you was hanging out with the Boss in the Sauce. But my man Kong Clips is in the house. How you feeling tonight, man?
Boss in the Sauce Show. Kongs is in the building. Man, I'm feeling all right. A little upset that the season's almost over. I think we need to extend the playoffs to 24, 32 teams. I'm here for more football. But we'll work with what we got for now.
Absolutely, man. And I ain't gonna hold you, man. We're gonna jump right into to my man Big Ragu says the meat and potatoes. And let's do this. There's 4 quick ones, man. I'm gonna go over them with you. I'm gonna kind of pick at them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you get your thing going on, and I'm gonna close out the show with some other stuff that I got. But let's get it going, man. First up, Alabama, Oklahoma. This one's down to a pick 'em. The over and under is 41 in this joint right here. I'm gonna tell you off top, I like both teams. In one respect, I like Alabama. It's a rematch game. Last game, they kind of they had a lot of turnovers, and Oklahoma benefited off of that and walked away with the win. Kind of a revenge factor in there. There's a lot of political, crazy angles to look at this game. Then also Oklahoma. I mean, John Mateer had whole hand surgery in the middle of the season and bounced back and still competes, but he is a little inconsistent in some spots. But I'm pretty sure he's fired up for this game and trying to go as far as he can go in the playoffs. But I'm pretty sure Kalen DeBoer wants to shut the door on if he's going to be at Alabama or go somewhere else, or, you know what I'm saying? The whole Nick Saban shadow thing. A great win in this position right here, a deep run in the playoffs for Kalen. That locks him in, and I like him right there. But let me know what you got on this one. Alabama, Oklahoma at a pick 'em. How you feeling about that? What angle you taking?
So I've moved on a couple spots in this game already. Like you said, there's things I like with both teams. Oklahoma, we know they're going to come out. They're going to play defense. They're going to make you fight for every yard. This Alabama team, man, they started off rough. We thought it was over with from the beginning, playing Florida State. Shout out Ragu, man. Thought it was going to be rough, man. Both teams come into the season. Florida State comes out. They handle Alabama. Completely threw me off. I thought I had capped the whole season wrong. Thought I was going to have to dig back in. But Alabama bounces back and they start showing the team we thought they were supposed to be. The thing with Kalen DeBoer, I think this game has a lot to do with his future. Honestly, I think he loses this game here. I think he potentially goes to Michigan, takes that big job, moves on to the Big Ten. He wins this game. Maybe he moves on and wins a national championship. I think the way I'm seeing this game play out, I think it's a low-scoring game. I think with Oklahoma beating Alabama at Alabama earlier in the year, I think Alabama returns the favor. I've seen this line bounce back and forth all week. Alabama -1.5, Oklahoma -1.5. And so I do think it's going to be a close game. I played Alabama money line. I tweeted it out a little bit ago at +100. And I played the under. Love this under, man. I think this is an Oklahoma game, to say the least. I think the first team to 14 points wins this game. I don't think Oklahoma can move the ball. if Alabama's not giving them the ball, if that makes any sense. I think turnovers are going to be uh, a big focus this week uh, at the Alabama practice field. And I think Ty Simpson's going to get his play back on track. They look like dog doo doo the past few weeks. And that's not the Alabama team that I think is going to show up here. I think they're going to show up ready to play. And I'm on Alabama. And I'm on the under 41. And I'm on the first half under 20.5 points. Got that at
Yeah, that
my
under though. The last time those two match up, I think it hit about 41 or 42. So the books are really tight right there on that 41. But these big championship games, you never know, and more than likely they end out on the under just because of the step up in class on both sides. But I like what you're
yeah.
saying. Let's jump to the next one though. Miami, Texas A&M, big crazy stats on Texas A&M at home versus ATS. Miami with a lot to prove. Miami, we've been waiting on Cristobal to drop the ball all year, and Cristobal has hung in there other than two conference losses. But I don't know. Mixed emotions in this game right here. This could be a good time for you to back Miami if they really that team this year and go deep. Or this is a time for you to back Texas A&M, where a team that has been proven throughout the season. They did have the last loss to Texas, but who knows? You know that defense was played at a high caliber a lot of the times. But it's crazy how they throwing shade on Texas A&M right now. But I don't know where you at with this one, Kong.
So my whole thing here, boss. I am on Texas A&M. My whole thing here is if this game was at Miami, I would probably be on Miami. In all honesty, I don't think Carson Beck can go into Kyle Field uh, to with Cristobal at the head coach. I don't think they can go into Kyle Field and beat Texas A&M. That honestly, that's where my cap is at. I love this Miami team. I've backed them a lot. Um, I just think that going on the road to Texas, my overall thing for this is Ohio State is in trouble. Ohio State being the 2 seed, they have to come to the Cotton Bowl to play. Essentially, in my belief, it's going to be Texas A&M in Texas, and I think Ohio State's in trouble. I think the writing's on the wall. Miami goes into Texas A&M, they get beat, and then I think Texas A&M beats Ohio State. We'll see when we get there what that number looks like, what the market does. I'm on Texas A&M here. I don't think
With the
Miami can
hood,
go to.
did you buy it down to 3 or you took it with the hood?
So I have the 3. I got it at minus 120. Um,
Yeah.
I think there's going to be turnovers. I think Carson Beck has his turnover thing happen in this game that he has happened every now and then. I think it happens this game with this Texas A&M defense at home. I think there's going to be a lot of false starts. Um, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be trouble. They've got it stacked against them in this game. Does Miami?
I don't know, man. I'm with you what you're saying, but I'm saying I don't know. Me and Moose was having a conversation the other day in regards to this Carson Beck over here in Miami. And technically, it's kind of a shitty class of quarterbacks coming out this year. But on that list, Carson Beck may be top 3, top 5 for the NFL. He's kind of proven himself a little bit at what he's done so far, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I expected him to flop because of his inconsistencies when he was at Georgia. And I felt like, you got advantages at Georgia with the size and the skill and all that. And for him to play how he played, that shows some bad tendencies. But over here, Miami, he showed that but he's all size appropriate. He has a good QB IQ. You know what I'm saying? He knows what to do. So I don't know. For
So
him to be deeper in the playoffs would be great. But that Texas A&M team is proven.
The thing that worries me about this game, honestly, is Miami defense. This Miami defense has some dogs on that line. Um, if they can get to Marcel Reed, this game could be completely different. I just think the atmosphere is what's going to make the difference in this game. Uh,
I like it.
which put me on A&M.
I like it. I like it, man. My boy Weinstein has taught me many lessons about atmosphere. It's something that I've been capping since I was a kid, and I never really weighed that as much as I've been proven by Captain Weinstein for a few years. But let's keep it moving, man. I don't want to hold you. These two last games are really lopsided. Um, just a matter of opinion in these situations right here, and how long you've been watching Tulane and how you feel about the social media aspect and what's really going on in Mississippi. So many roots in this game, kind of hard to which ones to follow. But I don't know. A lot of people are laying the 17 and a half, and some people think you might have a shot somewhere in there with Tulane. Where you at with this one?
I love this game. I have hammered this game. Ole Miss comes out, makes a statement. They can play without Lane Kiffin. And then I probably look to fade them in the next game. It's that talent issue, man. Ole Miss is way better on both sides of the ball than Tulane. I don't think it takes Coach Kiffin on the sideline to come in and blow this Tulane team out. Um, I bet Mississippi on the full game. It's minus 17 and a half at minus 104. I bet the first half minus 9.5 at minus 120. And I bet the first quarter minus 4.5 at minus 104. I think this is a prove it spot. This is at Ole Miss. Tulane going into there. It's a bad spot to be, no matter who you are coming to Ole Miss. In my opinion, this could all fall really flat. This could look completely opposite, um, depending on the coaching, how big of a difference is. I think it's a huge deal that Lane Kiffin is not coaching this team anymore. I just think the first game, everybody's going to band together and they're going to blow this Tulane team out. Probably look to fade Ole Miss in the next game.
Yeah, and they blew him out once before this season already, so it'll be a repeat. But I mean, I'm with you 100% on that one. That's the same kind of synopsis I came up with. I mean, just talking about quality of players, it jumps a lot right there between Tulane and Mississippi. We in the age of the NIL, like who got the bag and all that. Tulane got some money over there. Don't trip though. So they probably do got a couple players that probably can hang with Mississippi, but not a complete group. But Mississippi got all those dogs with those big price tags and all that stuff. Lane Kiffin, the
Yeah,
Portal King, you know what I'm saying? So this
right,
team right here, but this is a great emotionally, like the number one cap a person to tell you, right, is to be just give me a microphone I can hear. I mean, give me a earphone full of what's going on in the locker room, especially in
right.
these college games right here. That's the biggest advantage you can have on betting these things. So, and right here, it's going to rely on that, and we don't know where that is, but more than likely, from what Kiffin did, what's left behind to pick up the pieces and go. This could be a statement game for him. This is, I talked about it a couple weeks ago about teams going into the playoffs with momentum. Oregon, Ohio State, teams that played in it before. This is a new thing, man. You talk about, I mean, Cats was out of football like basically right now, bowl game and home. These guys are playing at a high pace with more quality opponents for 2, 3, 4 more games to win the championship. That takes a lot. They've coached that for years. There's teams that you've seen in the NFL that's never got over that hump of what it takes to get through the playoffs and that. So that means a
Yeah,
lot. Quiet as people don't talk about, but that means a lot. And this is one of those games where Mississippi could gain some real momentum going into the next game and may be able to psych, like look at Arizona State last year, maybe able to psych their way into an extra game just off of that camaraderie. But yeah, I love what
for
you're
sure.
saying right there. Yeah. I don't want to
I
hold
do
you though,
think,
but go
no,
for it.
you're good. I do think that there is going to be another week or two down the line. There is going to be that that thought in these guys' heads on where they're going next season. Um, do they want to stay at Ole Miss? Do they want to potentially go be at LSU? But with this being that first game after the big shock, I just think this is the spot for Ole Miss. But I do think, like you said, what's going on in the locker room, we got guys that this is their life. I mean, what you're doing next year is the decision needs to be made, which is a whole nother story. Is why I think they need to push the portal back after the season and all that. But we can get into that another time.
Hey, like they said, another topic that's up in college football is re-signing. A whole era of re-signing. Not only they got the NIL to get there, but they're re-signing them. So how is that going to factor into the bowl game? How is that going to factor into the playoff re-signing bonuses for players that's already touched the cash? They already touched a couple 100,000. Talk about
Yeah.
more and more. You talk about $500,000 for some of these guys going into these bowl games and these playoffs. And it means a lot because the game is about money. But let's keep it rolling, man. Like you said, we could talk about that all day. But let's keep it rolling. Last game right here on the card. Another lopsided game right here. JMU, Oregon. I mean, if you thought Mississippi was a mismatch player for player, man, what kind of mismatch you think you got going on here with Oregon and JMU? And once again, unless you've been watching JMU and know something I don't know, then it's got a mismatch right here. Big number though, 21, big number. It's all about the heart of the lion though. At the end of the day, so this might be some JMUs out there that that'll take that 21. And they have an awesome running system. I mean, when you run it, they run it at a rate like the military forces or something, right? 2 something a game or something like that. When you
Yeah.
that's methodical. That's not just so happen they have the best players. That's a coaching technique that they use that's getting them there. That probably could work against a big team like Oregon and work where they at because they had a great record this year doing what they do. So they getting their money on the ground against a super balanced Oregon team with an underrated defense that's a little subject to give up some runs over there. But where you at with JMU Oregon, Kong?
Yeah, so JMU, man, I've backed this team a lot this season. Um, I got lucky and got the cover with my Louisville Cardinals when they played JMU. I got Louisville at the 13.5 when the line opened, and it literally come down to the last play of the game. JMU was on the 1 yard line, ready to go in. I think there was a sack or something, if my memory's right. There was a sack, and they just decided to let the time run out. And I got lucky and covered. Louisville wins by 14 on the dot. I do believe Oregon's better than JMU. When this line opened and I seen the 21.5, immediately I text Dabby Cab and said, "Hey, man, JMU plus 21.5. Like that looks really tempting." Um, my whole thing here is yes, Oregon's blown people out this season. They've put up some crazy numbers on some teams like Oklahoma State. I think they dropped 63 or 70 points on Oklahoma State. James Madison's going to hold on to the ball, man. I think Oregon, Dan Lanning's a very smart coach. I think Dan Lanning's going to want to come in. My script for the game here. Dan Lanning's going to want to put some points up early. He's going to want to coast out to a win. My angle here is Oregon first half minus 11.5. I think Oregon, they're obviously the better team. They obviously have more 5 stars. But when it comes to that full game, man, I want to play JMU plus the 21.5. I don't think Oregon has any. There's no outlying things that makes Oregon want to go in here and win this game by 40 points. As to where like Ole Miss, they have the whole coaching thing on their back. They have this thing where they need to feel like a team again, come out here and show that this coach is going to put in the work, right? Oregon don't have that. Oregon needs a win and to move on to the next week. So I think Oregon comes out. I think they try to run up the score early. try to put a big number on JMU in the first half, and I think they try to coast. Um, do I think JMU is going to have success on the ground? Not really, not to the point of where they're putting up points here and there. Yeah, but I do think they could potentially hold on to the ball and run some clock. Scared of the full game, but I laid the first half with Oregon. That's where I'm at.
I like it.
And I think Oregon gets beat by Texas Tech
in the next round. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I
bet Texas Tech to win the national championship.
Hey man, well, I got my boy, my boy Connor Mack coming up next, man. We're gonna talk this over, but man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. Let the people know where you're gonna be, where to find you, all those good stuff, so they can keep in touch with you. Like I said, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate all you saying, man. So, one love, man. Let them know what's up, though.
Yeah, at Kong's Clips on Twitter, X, whatever the kids call it these days. Appreciate you for having me, Big Boss. Another huge successful season. Shout out to CMAC. Shout out to Wine Time. We'll be live Saturday morning for the tailgate over on Pub Sports Radio. Come check us out after Big Boss gets done with his thing. Love you guys, man. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Kong, I'm out.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one, man. Get you some rest. Happy holidays, man. And, keep them young ones tight, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. That was it right there for my man Kong. Now for my very special guest. I'm talking about somebody I didn't work with for years, y'all. I mean, we didn't work together for years. And it's been a while since me and my guy been one-on-one on some college football. So this is a treat. This is a treat for all y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we do it, man. Bring it to the stage. My boy C Mac. What up, C Mac?
My guy, DJ Big Boss. Thanks for the invite, my man. You know me.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I was really tripping because I was like, man, we needed to get C Mac a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I was thinking, I said, man, I gotta hop on some of those little shorts with you and Ian. Because I like the pre-recorded.
You're welcome anytime, for sure. So yeah, anytime you want to be. Where's Ragu? Out today?
Ragu's a little busy. My man Wine's a little busy. So I'm just holding down. Right. But I definitely wanted to go ahead and put out the playoffs look. It's only 4 games. Don't take it round for round. You know what I'm saying? So we in it. But let's jump right into it. You've been good though, man. Everything great out there in Showtime?
Yeah. Oh, you can't get much better weather in Vegas right now. It's like 70. It's like the warmest December I've seen in a long time. So,
man, I've been telling people every time people say move to Vegas, they say it's too hot. But like, you don't know. It's way more beautiful months than it is hot like that.
That's true. I mean, the summers are horrible. They are hot. But 7 months out of the year, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Can't beat it. I love it. I love it.
Let's jump right into these games, man.
Let's get it.
Alabama, Oklahoma. This one is pick 'em at this point. And the over and under is 41. Last time these two teams play, I believe the score was like a little bit over 41. So they're bringing it down more for this game. So I don't know. Yeah. Kalen DeBoer, he's a known gunslinger at the offensive side of things, but he hasn't got there yet with Alabama and Ty Simpson. Oklahoma, they've had the heart of the lion at some points of the year, but Tier came back from injury and continues to play at a high rate. But I don't know. It's a real toss-up game in this one. In this game right here, it's not even like bettors versus sharps or none of that even matters in this situation right now. It just kind of comes down to your theory of what you think happened this year as far as these two teams. How do you think they actually compare in this game right here?
I think this game's going to be close, a little like the first one. Let me touch on the total. I'm off this total. I really need it. I was on that first under, though. I think it was 46.5. Now we're almost a touchdown below 6, right in that area. And I needed 41.5. That they're just not out there, are there? There's just 41s, 40.5.
I'm pretty sure, like most of the time in games like this, the public buys in a lot, on the total going over because they want to see touchdowns.
Of course.
And it's
Yeah.
surprisingly that it's just been stiff how it is. It's also even surprisingly that it's lower than the last. That's like a regular typical bettor. Oh, last time it was 44
Yeah.
and it's 41.
Yeah.
It's good. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny
Yeah.
that the line is a sticker like that. So you're staying off of the total. So what
Staying off the
side you
total.
gonna choose? You don't even got just don't tell me this pick right away. Just tell me
Okay.
like what side you on.
I've gone through this again and again and again. I'm going to be on Alabama. I'm pretty sure. I haven't made the bet yet. I think I'm going to be on Alabama. I just think after watching that last game, this team, and the one of the issues here, boss, is a little bit. I usually want the home team to win the game, and they have the better defense. That's Oklahoma. So I'm going against it. Yeah, not that Bama's got a horrible defense here, especially when you look at everything. But Oklahoma, not craziest offense. They're going to slow this down. We talked about they're going to run it. And in that first game, let's go back. Even last year, Oklahoma had them at home, beat them 24-3, beatdown. Then we see this year, that game in Alabama. That's a little bit of a reason. Maybe turnovers. Saw that pick six early, 90-yarder basically.
Yeah.
For Oklahoma.
Three big
yeah, huge. I just keep going back. Everyone I think is going to love Oklahoma in this spot. And I'm going back to Alabama, just how poor they were. Simpson's banged up a little bit. He couldn't get anything going. That's the worst I'd seen him maybe all year long. So even since game one against Florida State, where he's a little bit shaky, he got going a little bit too late. Just nothing to seem to work. But I think that's more, I was talking this on Monday, that this Georgia defense might be peaking a little bit. That, they had some rough times early on, some high-scoring games, but I've seen them the last 5-6 weeks really shut people down. And their games, have been just dead unders too. They've been really, really good. So I kind of got to take that into it. And plus, Georgia wants to beat Alabama. Alabama's just kicked the shit out of them. It seems like year in year, even twice a year for the last, doing this for, at least 5-6 years or so. So I thought that was big. I think Alabama's live in this game. So even pregame, which I might kind of do something smaller, because I think if you get Oklahoma score, I'd love to get Bama. I don't know if you get a touchdown or I get definitely over a field goal, 4.5, that type range. In a 21-17 game, something like that, where I think the points will be valuable. Just because Oklahoma, I don't know if they're going to go crazy this offense. One thing is we're going to get to the best. These are the best. So like these teams, you run all the stats. Oklahoma tops. They're with A&M, 41 sacks. Bama's got to try to run some more. They have 25 sacks. They got to try to get to Mateer, make some blitzes, some packages to really try to get to him in this game because and then you got to have a spy on him because he's going to run and do whatever he wants in the end. But yeah, this game, by the way, too, I don't think I see nothing that it's going to gust higher. I just see consistent 16 to 18 mile an hour wind. Nothing crazy in this game, which leads it more to maybe just a ton of long drives and punts. These teams, Oklahoma's got a pretty good special teams. I always kind of glance through that in the end. But yeah, I'm looking at Bama here.
Nice. And big shout out to my man Kong. Gifted a membership to Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Somebody grab that. I got content on the Who-Bangin Sports Talk. I'm not big into trying to hustle picks or nothing crazy, but I just like to share my information that I have with all of our members. So I do send out a lot of members only plays, members only information, previews. We got a whole AI model with the notebook with all the stuff that I got. And I got some good stuff that I send out with that. And,
beautiful.
Just some previews, just something for you to glance through, get a whiff of the game. I ain't trying to tell you which side to get on or whatever.
Just get that whiff.
Yeah, just get a little
whiff, baby.
I like it. A whiff goes a long way sometimes. But let's
especially when the wind blows. You're talking about shit. Definitely for sure.
Absolutely. Miami, Texas. This is a gruesome game for college football fans right here. I mean, A lot of people don't care for Cristobal. A lot of people starting to say that Texas A&M is a fake. They going into Kyle Field where they don't have a great ATS. At
Yeah.
home in a big game against a Miami team that Miami came really aggressive on the defensive side, causing turnovers and stuff like that. And Texas A&M sometimes he gets a little out of control and just unleashes. So I expect a couple turnovers in this game right here, but I'm not sure if the turnovers are going to be ones that stop that turn into points basically or not, or I would be all over the over in this game. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a big mixed emotion. This is SEC versus ACC, which naturally a lot of people going to be on Texas A&M in this spot. But this Miami team can really, 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 really prove itself in this spot right here. And they're saying like Cristobal, they went and hired good help, as far as the offense and defensive coordinator over there. So despite Cristobal bad management and things that he's normally, because we've been waiting all year for him to drop the ball in the game, and he ain't really did it like he normally would. But Miami takes A&M. What side you on this one?
I think here's the thing: if you have faith in Miami, I look at them early because I like there's going to be success or it's going to be failure. I don't trust Cristobal.
I like that look.
Like if you like him, I think maybe they could punch him in the mouth. Kind of nothing to lose. A&M's been excellent at home, of course. We all see that and how very good they've been all year. Both these D lines, linebackers, they've been really, really good. Talk to other teams that get real good pressure on these quarterbacks. I am just I'm like back hater here a little bit. I don't trust the guy. So in the two more step up games here, one at home against Louisville, where the defense even, and we'll get to that, kind of got just out of it early. So that's what I like this defense, but I don't know if they're proven. This Miami team, I think in that game, Moss had basically 250, 2 touchdowns there. Back 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. He finally had the shitter game I've been waiting for. Then later they go to Ole Miss. He's got 2 touchdowns, a little bit better, 2 picks that costly in that game. They lose 26-20. And the defense of Miami, a little bit of step up road game. Jennings had 365 and a touchdown, and they were throwing it. They just kind of abandoned the run here. Like maybe that's got to work out. Just Pat throwing it, and then he could take off and do what he wants because I see he's going to be able to do that, I think, in this game. But there's just no way I could take Miami. We always go to these games not trying to side too much, as I just said. How about it? Because initially I'm like, I got to the point, I don't think the Miami defense is real. That's what just keeps me off here on the road. They're just a fake. Now, this is a different thing. Going to SMU, they were laying 10. They're a dog here now.
Right.
We're kind of all year they're favorites. Does that pump them up? I just can't get behind them. I think it's in the end A&M at home. But I've had issues. I've been surprised by them all year long. I got to give credit to A&M. And I fade him against Texas. I don't know how much I did. I don't know if I had South Carolina. I faded him a couple other times during the year. Kind of worked out, kind of didn't a little bit with them. But I thought they were a tad bit frauds, but they keep proving it. That offense has been very, very good. And, man, maybe I'm just a Miami hater. Well, Notre Dame, you should know that. I mean, I know you're a Notre Dame guy, so me too a little bit,
Well,
it's more of a back Cristobal, I think, at this point, because they got tons of athletes. And this is a game real quick, boss, before I get to it. I kind of just looked at these props in this game. Tony, of course, the big writers. If they're going to do anything, they got to get him the ball. Beck's got to get him for big plays. I think his receiving yards is right around 78.5, 79. I thought that might be a look there. And on the other side, I just look at Reed or Concepcion if you're going to look at A&M, this Miami defense fold a little bit like I talked about in those bigger games against bigger teams. So
yeah, but they the inventors of the turnover chain, and I can't that. I can't that. But yeah, let's keep it moving, man. We'll go through these other two kind of quick because these two are big lopsided games right here. One of the exciting facts that this is no shade or nothing, that I found out about Tulane, which is located in Louisiana, right?
Yeah, New Orleans,
Tulane,
Louisiana.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, little voodoo.
60% Jewish population in the school.
Yeah,
Which I never knew till recently, and that tells. And we in the NIL days, so the people that's back in that school, they got some bread. So Tulane, I mean, look where they at right now. Period, point blank, right? Look where they at right now. If that doesn't
yeah.
prove that they've been pumping the right stuff into this program, but Mississippi, all the turmoil, the media, and everything, man. I mean, it just leads. I mean, we've seen it so many years in sports betting how these teams come together in these moments. Like it's almost like you want to buy in where there's blood in the streets. And there's blood in the streets with these young fellas over here in Mississippi, not knowing who's going to be coaching, but working with a great offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator staying. So it's not even a big deal that Lane's not there. You probably just got less of the attitude, less of the crazy stuff or whatever. So I don't know, but when you line these two up, mano y mano, 3-star athletes versus 5-star athletes. Of course, Mississippi is killing them. If you're going to talk about NFL, even if Tulane got bread, Mississippi got more bread. You know what I'm saying? So in this one, I kind of see it clear. Mississippi in this one. Later points. They probably go. Last time they played, they won by way more than 20. Not much is going to change in this game right here. I think. But what you think about this?
I always my lone thing when I think of this is it's on the road. It's a little different. It's not a neutral game. Just second time there's gonna be changes made with the team. That's the lone thing. But I don't know how they do it. Tulane. I just don't. You were hitting it all. 5-star to 3-star recruits, all that good shit. And the problem this team's dealing with, we'll get to Oregon. It's a little bit on the offensive side of the ball with them, but this defense, has been out. They got other players, little injuries going on. I thought it kind of took me a little bit last week, almost all week to think like, damn, I need to be on Tulane here. I know there was all the turnovers. There was a lot of flags in that game, but them at home against the team in North Texas is just cashed all year. You just cash every week. You just took their team total over and their spread. And Messmaker had his just worst day basically all year long. So in this one, I just don't know how they have success. Ole Miss can sling it, and this secondary is awful. I don't know how they make any really stops. That's been my problem all year with Tulane. And, towards the end of the year, you look at they played better. They got the turnovers in that game, but they shut out Charlotte. They beat Temple, who's playing a little bit better this year, 37-13. But I think of the defense that gives up 48 at UTSA, the team that's bad on the road that you want nothing to do with. I see that team a little bit. It's just another game. So the team total, I think they get to 37 points in the end. I think Lane Kiffin in this matchup isn't a problem, but next round that could be. They're just too talented, I think, in the end.
I think if his team total go over, then they cover.
I think it probably does. Yeah, I think they probably cover too.
But let me bring our guy in. You know what I'm saying? He made it to the show. My man Wine Time. What up, Wine?
What up, my guy?
Wine Time. Can you handle this next game with my man Connor? I gotta go make a quick stop, and I'm gonna come right back. Next up on the board, and then I'm gonna come back and run back through the other ones with you.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, take your time, bro. Yeah, let's go to this final game.
Let's go to this one right here.
Yeah,
let's get it.
What up, C-Mac? Good to see you, my guy.
What up, brother? Good to see you too.
Happy holidays. Let's go over this last game here really quick. James Madison against Oregon, guys. A lot of transition from the coaching standpoint. They're all going to be staying there for this game and for the playoffs, whoever wins this game. James Madison's Bob Chesney off to UCLA, taking the OC. Oregon losing both their coordinators. Their OC, Will Stein, to Kentucky, and their defensive coordinator to Cal. So both getting Power 4 jobs and definitely deserved them. They've done a really good job with that program, everything Dan Lanning's done. But getting into this game real quick, going to look over the market here. Wow, I'm just not looking at the market in this game, and I'm a little bit surprised. But, I mean, here we are, James Madison, a 21-point dog. 80% of tickets are currently coming in on Oregon, 52% of money. So definitely, so that's going to put us at 20% of bets and 48% of money on James Madison. Definitely seems like the sharp play. This line's not moving. I was surprised to see this number originally. I know it opened up at 20 at some spots, but I was surprised. I thought this number was really high. And then I started thinking, I was like, maybe it's high for a reason. The books know something we don't. They're going to blow these guys out. But I mean, this team's been fighting all season long. I think I'm going to be on James Madison here plus the 21 points. I mean, I'm getting 3 touchdowns in my back pocket. No way do I think they win this game here. But let them know, C-Mac, are you on this game? I haven't officially moved on this, but that would be my lean right now is JMU.
I haven't either. You know, I'm trying to watch because we're closer here. I'm not a fucking weather expert, but this is something we look at. Their games. Like, I thought this was rain even like yesterday. So it's going to rain again. But by Saturday, by kickoff here, it looks pretty clear. I don't know what you have. Like, I have clear, then, of course, rain Sunday. And, of course, it still could rain. It just doesn't look like it's going to be awful in Eugene, which they kind of thought earlier in the week. I mean, I was hoping for that a little bit. James Madison, if they're in this game, it's got to be on the line of scrimmage. Can they push Oregon around? I'm not so sure because I don't know if they had to have a ton of success throwing the ball. It just hasn't been their thing all year long. They want to run it. They want to hold the clock, run the chains in this game. I think they could a little bit. I was looking at even first half. This is 11.5. You know, like when I look at that, I think I want 13.5, in a score, or, 14, and especially a first half, in a score that could be 23-10, something like that. So it's just a little bit low, but maybe it is. And another thing, let's get to it. I just think this is a look ahead a little. I mean, they're at home. I think they win this game because I know they're looking at Texas Tech. I mean, that defense there, next matchup will be crazy. So I just like a get in, get out. And, the other thing, Oregon's just very good at home. They've been just beat up on these teams. They've been able to score. They have all the speed. When we look at it too, well, just kind of Oregon run the football against. It's tough to go with James Madison. They just don't play anybody. The Louisville game, the rest of the schedule is kind of how good. I had Washington State. I thought that was crazy, 14.5, and it made it look average. A Washington State team that played better and played well, on the road in that game. James Madison won 24-20. So in the end, the offense too, all these wide receivers out. Either these few guys transferred, Lowe, Bryant, and Moore, they're going to go. And those are two guys who played a lot there. And, of course, Oregon's loaded. So in this room, they got plenty of money with Phil Knight and Nike. So I'm sure they have other guys. But just a couple things I thought to look at in this game. Like, I want James Madison. I definitely have not got to the window at all here. You have? You're going to go full game? Or not yet, you said?
Not yet. I think I would go full game. But, that you mentioned it, too. I mean, the passing attack for James Madison, I don't know how they're going to be able to move the ball.
Me too.
In that kind of way because the second – I mean, can we not – is Oregon secondary at least
they're good
in the nation? Like, I know they got a true freshman, but he's 5-star, and he looks like he's going to probably go in the first round when he's eligible for the draft. So it's going to be it's tough because, you talk 4 or 5-star guys all over Oregon. James Madison's got a lot of guys that weren't really rated. They didn't play a lot of competition. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game for Chesney. And I wonder if both these coordinators are going to be locked in for Oregon. I assume they will. They should be. I mean, they got this far. They want to win it all. They're not going to be with their team. So that'll be interesting to see, too. I'm off it, but I'm leaning towards James Madison full game.
I like it.
You know what I thought too? It's just this in these games, we're all going to be glued to these, a little bit. Like it's like, can they, if they could run the ball, have success? Like I got to see it here in Eugene, James Madison. Like they could push them around a little bit. I think would be huge to run in that clock. But I just don't know if I could see it here with this James Madison team.
But you got to think like this: the way that JMU runs the ball is similar to like the military teams or something like that. Teams that run the ball at a high rate like that, yardage per game. It ain't just they got the greatest players getting them there. It's because it's coached well. It's a
coach well, great offensive line.
It's all of those things. It's that they can plug and play in the same system. That's college football is all about the coach's scheme. It's all about what's going on at the play. So I think if you like James Madison, or if you even think that they could cover, then you gotta like the over. And if you like Oregon, right, you almost gotta like the over also, because the only thing that the bookies have messed up multiple times this season is on the total, because Oregon has ran it up so high so many times they couldn't get it high enough. And here we come with a low one, which Oregon can play a slow game too. We've seen them do it as well, but if they really get their claws into James Madison early, they'll run it up. They'll do 30 in the first half. You know what I'm saying? They could put that 47 and a half up by themselves.
Well, that's why I worry with James Madison, who they've played, and even these games I watched throughout the year, because I bet this conference a fucking ton. This is like Marshall, the points that were put up. Even in some of these games where they win big, I know some of it's late. You kind of got to go through the numbers a little bit. I'm not trying to downgrade their defense. It's just here at Oregon. I don't know how easy it'll be. But man,
that Troy game, that was close that first half, and all of a sudden they.
I know.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Someone to keep an eye out for: James Madison, Sahar West, the edge rusher, coming off 3.5 sacks in that championship game. He's a redshirt freshman. I think that kid's going to probably go to an SEC school when he enters the transfer portal. But look out for him and his matchups on the outside.
That's another thing.
They've been good too. He's been great. They've got, I think they're top 20 in sacks, right around 36 or 7. James Madison, you're right there. Man, can they get some heat?
That's another issue too, is that these James Madison players, because of the season that they have, they are top tier in the portal. They are top tier in the NIL. Yeah. So like you said, moving over to SEC and ACC, it means dollars right here. So these kids might come and play their little hearts out, you know, to show them how far they're gonna go. So a lot of just this is what these type year games are about. A lot of intertwined details. Like I said before, the only true advantage we can have is if we were a fly on the wall in the locker room, without knowing the real temperament of those kids into that game. We just kind of speculate, you know, we kind of speculating on what we've seen in the past. We put together what we know about the game and what we know about betting, but these kind of games, it's an emotional thing. Like, it wouldn't surprise us if JMU won outright, right? It wouldn't be a total surprise. They would be here for a reason. But yeah,
that would be wild.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've not seen it before. Yeah, but
I'm gonna say we've seen worse.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man. But I appreciate you, Connor, man. Make sure
anytime, brother.
Let the people know where you're gonna be at and what you got going on over there at PSR. Connor Mack got way more stuff than just PSR though, so you got to go tap in with him on Twitter. He's excellent on Twitter because he's always being transparent. He almost watches the game with you. While we're going.
I want to make money, so when I'm losing,
you know, I hit the bell. I hit the bell on my homies, like, you know, fine, and I hit the bell on y'all. So every tweet I get an alert and shit. Sometimes it's damn, you know what I'm saying? they playing like shit, you know. I know stuff like that. So make sure y'all go follow my man Connor Mack. Connor Mack, definitely, man. Next year, college football. I gotta have more Connor Mack on the Boston the Sauce show, man.
By the way, these Thursdays are perfect for me too.
Okay.
Usually, Thursday is like the Thursday nights are the best day for me too. So hey, I love coming on here. No problem.
For sure, man. I'm
get the call. I'm in as always. It's been too long. We know each other way too long, boss.
Man, we
come on, brother.
Hey, we worked on some long shows together.
Yeah, goddamn.
Yeah, the whole card, the whole 100-game card.
I know. Tell me about it.
But yeah, we've been in the trenches with my man Connor Mack, and you know, I'm all about our whole culture with the capping and stuff, and you know, everybody uniting and stuff. And absolutely, I've met everybody on this stage personally. We shared drinks and everything. So when you see us have an event or somebody else have an event or PSR Public Palooza, you make sure you get there so you can hang out with us, real deal, because it's always a great time. I appreciate you, Connor Mack. But
appreciate you guys.
And I'm gonna run back through with Wine Time over these games and have some more fun. But I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you.
I mean, are you not pumped for this shit too, boys?
Huh? Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you told me, I'm like, I'm ready to go. So, because I was just I love this
Yeah.
shit. But I'll get out of here. I'll let you go. Why?
Yeah,
Boss?
I hit
Thanks,
you for
guys.
next round too. I hit you for
Okay.
next round.
Oh,
All right.
for sure. If it's Thursday,
All
I'll be here.
Yep.
Let's go.
What up, Wine? How you
What
feeling,
up,
man?
Paul?
Rough day.
Let's
Rough
go,
day.
baby.
Yeah, I done went through the games twice already with Kong and now with my man Connor Mack. And now with you. The truth should set us free. And then after you get off, I'm gonna go through mines with my little notebooky thing. Because I've been doing the notebooky thing a lot, and I want to show the people a little bit of the notebooky thing because it's kind of fun. So y'all hang around for the notebooky thing and the one-on-one with me, but we're gonna jump right into the meat and potatoes with my man Wine Time, who killed it this year on the Boston and Sauce show, man. Hey, you're never too old to learn, and I learned so much of you, Wine Time. I'm pretty sure you learned with us because no matter what, you keep coming back. Like I need a little hit of that Boston the sauce for sure. Let me get a little bit of that. But yeah, man, we're gonna bust it out right here with Alabama, Oklahoma. I think everybody been on the show so far has been on Alabama. My man Kong's on the under. I haven't told anybody my pick yet, but I'm gonna tell him when I go through with the notebook. But I mean, I said it once and before in this game. You got Alabama, who can make a huge statement right here. Kalen DeBoer. I mean, I don't think he's did a bad job at Bama, but you can't keep shading him with being like Sark. I mean, like the other coach lost my mind, but Sabian.
David.
Yeah, you can't. Come on, man. Alabama people, come on, be realistic. But he's a good coach. I mean, the fact that he's able to handle this thing with care and even make it this far is great for him. Even though some people say he might not deserve to be there, he's here now. Okay, but Oklahoma, they look like in the media, they look like they're trying to pick it up for this game. Like, what's his name?
Kenneth Walker, 70-yard touchdown. Wow.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Yeah, some people
Kenny
got
Walker
the under.
the third.
People got the under in that game. A lot of people on the under in that one.
Yeah.
But
that
yeah.
first half, boss, it was 20 and a half, and the turnover at the end of the half cashed the under. Crazy.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. But yeah, Oklahoma Mateer, man. Mateer has been showing, cranking up. I think he's talking a little smack out there in the media, trying to be seen. And Alabama is a big one right here. Total is 41. I keep saying it every time. The total is lower than the total that it was when they met a couple weeks ago. Why? It's been staying right there too. Why? I don't know. We got some weather issues. What's going on? Where you at on this game, Wine?
Yeah, moved on this game on Monday. Gave it away on Medicate Monday. Oklahoma plus 1.5 minus 110 here. I mean, I was on Oklahoma earlier this season when they played Bama. Bama, if you look at the stat sheet, everything, I mean, it's going to tell you that Bama completely dominated the game. Oklahoma capitalized on turnovers, and that's kind of what this Brent Venables defense has been doing all season long. I mean, I thought John Mateer coming over, Jaden Ott. I mean, do we even hear about Jaden Ott anymore? The running back? I don't even know. Don't hear about him, but John Mateer was going to be a lot better. He hasn't been the quarterback that a lot of people thought he was going to be, like an NFL type guy. Definitely not. But he still is a gamer, and he's finally gotten a couple weeks to get a little bit more healthy on that hand that he had surgery on, that he came back super quick with. So it looks like he's ready to rock and roll. I think this is going to probably be the healthiest he's been all season long. And I think this Bama offense is one-dimensional with the passing attack. Don't get me wrong. Ty Simpson, a couple weeks ago, people were saying he's going top 10 in the NFL draft. Heisman, all of a sudden, not a Heisman candidate, and he's not on a lot of draft boards right now. So I think that they're going to have some trouble if they're going to be one-dimensional against probably the best defense in college football outside of Ohio State. In Oklahoma, I think the defensive front is elite. I think they're going to be able to completely shut down the run attack if there's even a run attack, and they're going to be forced to throw it. And if their corners can cover one-on-one, it's going to be tough because Bama's got some of the best group of wide receivers in college football. Still got to get them the ball. I think this defensive line is going to give them a lot of problems rushing the passer. Give me Oklahoma plus 1.5. They win this game outright. We're going to see Oklahoma, Indiana at the Rose Bowl this year, guys. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be a fun game. Elite offense against elite defense. That's what I want to watch. So I'm on Oklahoma here, and I want to be on the under. I think that this is going to be an under spot. If Oklahoma wants to win this game, it has to be an under because the defense is going to have to show up. They're going to have to hold Alabama to under 2 scores, probably even under double digits, depending on what this offense can do for Oklahoma. But I expect the offense to move slowly, defense to perform well coached with BV at the helm, calling the defensive calls as well. I like Oklahoma here, boss.
Oklahoma, but the first one on the show to say Oklahoma. Somebody's got to win at this point, but let's keep it moving on to Miami, Texas A&M. This is another tough call. It all matters how you perceive what happened this year, where you are with these teams in your mind, right? It's in your mind where you think if Texas A&M is team A or are they team B? Or is Miami team A or are they team B? So it all depends on how you respect these two teams going in. This one is probably going to determine where you at. Me as a Notre Dame fan, I'm supposed to be like, oh man, ACC almost paid for them to be in there. Got rid of Notre Dame. I wish they lose, but we lost to both of them. So shit, I ain't got nothing to say about neither one of them. But I don't know. The total could be too low in this game, and the total could be too high. In these games, they usually do slow it down. Miami's going to try to slow it down. Texas A&M, they can crank it up at moments, and they like explosive plays. They like causing turnovers, all that kind of stuff. So total could go either way as well. So this is just really a coin flip on both sides, the side and the total. Which side did the coin land on for you, my friend?
I think Miami not only covers this game, boss, I think they're going to win this game outright here. And man, it doesn't get much tougher than Kyle Field to play in. And I get it. I'm hearing so much love for A&M over this last week, as they should. I mean, they've had a really good season, but if you look at their season from a whole, they didn't have to face Georgia. They didn't have to face Alabama. They had probably the weakest schedule in the SEC. They got 4 out of conference games as well on top of it. Performed well, but I mean, they almost lost to South Carolina the second to last week of the season. They were down 31-7. It was a miraculous comeback. They lose that game, they're not here. They don't enter the college football playoffs at 10-2 with a loss to Texas and South Carolina. A&M has the explosive wide receivers. I get it. They've got everything they need over there. I just think Miami's going to come out there and they're going to give it everything they can. Mario Cristobal knows that he's going to be an underdog in this spot. People are going to say Mike Elko's the better coach, and I can understand that. I just think Miami's going to be able to hang tight here. I think that they do have the better quarterback on the field than Carson Beck, and I'm not a big Carson Beck guy. Going into this season, I was like, wow, he's not going to do well, but he's been playing his best football the last couple of weeks. Winning at Pitt the way they did was pretty impressive. I know Pitt, kind of a letdown spot for them, and Miami hasn't really faced anyone, but I do think they'll be able to hang tight with A&M. I'm not going to give out the money line to you guys, but I'm going to give out the +3.5, +4, whatever you can get here with the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Youth, the University of Miami here. So I'm on them. I think this is going to be a very fun game, boss. Really fun game. It's going to come down the wire.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you touched on it because I was going to counter attack right there because Miami didn't have the greatest schedule for the season. I mean, they barely squeaked past Notre Dame. They played Bethune. They beat a South Florida team who just lost the other day. They beat a Florida team that went shipwrecked. They beat a Florida State team that went shipwrecked. When they finally had to play somebody worth playing, they lost to Louisville 21-24. They played a Stanford team that's on a bad year.
Yeah.
And they had to play another tough team, SMU. They lost 26-20. They played a Syracuse team that don't know what they're doing this year. They played an NC State team that ranks the bottom of the ACC, a Virginia Tech team that ranks the bottom of the ACC, and then they beat a Pitt team that decided that they want to play good in the middle of the season, and they catch them at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It kind of handles where you at with Cristobal too, because Cristobal is a wild guy, but Cristobal has not let him down this year, other than those 2 losses, which were close losses, and he didn't really fumble the ball like he usually does, but he got a tighter crew behind him now, so he they can probably function a little better. So I like that. The timer says go to the next one. Next up, Tulane, Ole Miss. This game is a rematch where Mississippi slapped them by over 20 points. This time in his championship series, it goes down to 17.5. Why? Is Tulane really going to put that type of team to play? Well, a lot of don't see the comparison between the two teams and Tulane being able to run the ball effectively, which is what they've done all year. And like I told, this is going to be the third time I said this. You don't do 225 plus yards per game rushing if it's not a part of what you do as a program. It don't matter who the players are, or whatever. It's that's their technique. That's what they do. Even against a team like this, they may find holes with Mississippi because it's what they do, and they do have a chance to get the ball rolling like that. But even with that expectation, I think Mississippi can still go past them and cover that. So I don't know. Backdoor cover on Tulane or Mississippi all the way.
I don't know, boss. Earlier when you mentioned, would we be surprised if James Madison won? I'm going to now throw the question at you and the rest of the chat here and everyone that's going to watch here tomorrow. Would anyone be surprised if Tulane beats Ole Miss? I think a lot of people will. I wouldn't, though. This is a rematch here, and I get it. Summerall's already accepted the job, and he's already recruiting, hiring a coaching staff over at his new Power 4 school. He's got a great job. He got the Florida job, right?
Yeah.
Florida job. I mean, one of the most appealing jobs in all of college football because you have money at your disposal in Florida. With that being said here, I think we're going to get a better effort out of Tulane. And I know a lot of people don't probably agree. Everyone's saying, oh, Charlie Weiss is back for Ole Miss. Guys, he was the offensive coordinator. My man Lane Kiffin was calling every single play out there. I can guarantee you that. Lane Kiffin never going to give away those offensive play calling. That was his assistant. There's a reason why he ran with Lane when he said, I need you to come with me. And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, I can come back. He's going to live in Lane's shadow for a long time, and I get it. He knows the offense and all that. But Lane Kiffin, I don't think there's many better people calling offensive play calls than him. He left his team to dry here. Defensive coordinator is now the head coach. I think they're going to go out there and play for him. I mean, why would you not want to play for this guy at this point? I think Ole Miss wins, but I think the 17.5 is a lot, way too much, boss. I think this should be like a 13 or 14.5. And I would probably still be on Tulane. Tulane got smacked, but there's no way they play as bad as they did. Jake Retzloff, I think, incompleted like 11 straight passes. There's no way that happens again here. And he was also hurt in that game. He got taken out later on. So I think that this is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tulane shocks the world. I'm going to sprinkle that money line plus.
Ooh, you heard it here first. Money line for my man Wine. Yeah, I talked about the upside of Tulane as far as just on the basis we said it earlier about Tulane being 60% Jewish, and we talk about a day where we talk about money in the sport, and obviously they've got some guys there that can play a lot better than what you think they are. This wasn't just a lucky team to get right here, and just like I said before, this is a technique. This is what they do. This is a strategy. This is what they're about, and Mississippi can get it too in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may be a little, 5-star, 4 stars, whatever, versus 3 stars, whatever. But Tulane still has an opportunity in there. But I don't know. I have to leave it to the people out there where they at. But you the first on the Tulane right there. I think you already touched up on the Oregon and James Madison. You got Oregon first half, right?
No, I think Kongs is on Oregon first half. I think James Madison full game is probably the play. I'm not going to move on it. I just don't know how they're going to be able to score. Their running back, DJ Big Boss, is 5'7", and he's an absolute dog. I mean, if you watch him play, guy loves to play football, and there's a reason why he's probably going to come over with the offensive coaching staff to UCLA. I don't know how I feel about a 5'7" running back, but if you watch him run, he doesn't look like he's 5'7". He's really quick and really explosive. But again, just Oregon, I think they do have the athletes to tackle him in open space. So it's going to be fun to watch these certain matchups. Like I mentioned, the edge rusher from James Madison against these offensive linemen from Oregon. It's going to be fun to see if they can actually go beat their win their one-on-one. So it's going to be fun for sure.
Yeah, I think like I said, James Madison, some of those, and Tulane, some of those players are going to be the top players that they're looking for in the portal. They're going to be throwing some of the top NIL deals and all that kind of stuff moving forward, and beat a team like Oregon or playing a great game of them at least. Coming close to beating them is going to mean a lot to what they have to offer and how much they get to where they're going. And they know this. They know this. They know what's going on. They know, we in the year of renegotiation and renegotiation these NIL deals. So they know what's really going on, what temperature it is. But that Oregon team is powerful, and they don't care about stiffing it down your throat. They will score 42 points in the first half by themselves. So I think I'm more leaning on this one. Everything to me from capping to capper so far on the show is leaning towards taking the over. Because if anybody has it, James Madison is going to have to score somehow, and if they are able to score, it's automatically going to go over, no matter if Oregon blows them out or if it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's say 24-27. It's going to be close like that, and if it's going to be far fetched, it could be like 17-35 or something way up there. So I kind of like the over in there. I ain't bet it, but I kind of like the over for what we said so far. But that's it. You guys coming on Saturday, right? You going live on Saturday?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we should be going live. Yeah, Saturday morning. I don't know if we're gonna do a live stream or not, but yeah, we're gonna be going live 7 a.m. over here on the West Coast per usual, talking the college football playoffs. Excited.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in with my man Wine Time Sports. I mean, he came and did the show with us today. But if you were following Wine Time on Twitter, you probably already knew these plays. So make sure you follow my guy Wine Time. Very transparent capper. Puts it out there for you, gives you a reason to follow. So make sure you give him a follow. And I appreciate you, Wine. Another great season. This is only round one of the playoffs. Hopefully get our guy Big Ragu back for the next one. And Connor Mack said he's down. I want to get JT back on here if we can.
Yeah.
And quite a few others that we worked with this season. I wanted to get Moose, but Moose said he's vacationing big time right now. So shout out to Moose. But we did have a great conversation with Moose. But appreciate you, Wine. Pretty sure you got some stuff to do now that you're home. Getting closer to that date, huh? We ain't got there yet.
No, not yet, but probably. I mean, any day now. January 2nd's the day, but it's going to be for that for sure. So,
you've been getting a lot of rest. You've been getting a lot of rest.
Trying to when I can for sure.
Yeah,
I know
you better get it now. You better get it now because you got the nighttime duty every night for a while.
Right.
But yeah, I love you, man. Happy holidays. Send all my love to the family. Best
sir.
wishes, and I'll see you for next week or next round.
Yeah, boss. Love you, my guy. Appreciate you as always. Love being on the show with you and Ragu and company. It was cool to see C-Mac and Kong's on here as well. And shout out to Moose, JT, all the fellas out there that join us. Yeah, we still got some college football left, guys. So I'm excited to talk about it. Got some good games the next 2 days. I'm out of here, guys. Love you guys.
So there it is right there. My man Wine Time. My man Kongs came through. My man Connor Mack came through. I held most of my picks because I'm gonna go through y'all with the picks with the notebook, and make sure y'all tap in with our memberships. Shout out to Kong. Kong left a membership in the chat for a free membership. Appreciate you, Kong. But definitely catch in with us with the memberships because I put out these little previews, these little tidbits, and stuff that you can use with your capping. You don't have to take the pick. You can fade the pick. You just got to get to the winner the best you can. I'm just here trying to give you some of the information as fast as I can. Maybe it saves you time. Maybe it gives you other angles to look at. But here's a little sample of what our members get. Pretty much on the daily. We miss a couple days here and there, but we also have our basketball picks that we have from our man Don Ricci, who's been all over the place, and bunch of these previews that I put in here for all these bowl games and the college games. And we're going to have more as time goes on. But check out the school preview. Yeah, it just goes through, shows you different scenarios. What's the best things going on with each team, the key factors for each team, winning or losing. And then when it rounds it up towards the ends, it gives you a couple bet suggestions and stuff like that. And this was for the Alabama game right here. It gives you all the key injuries, who's playing, who's questionable, who's cleared. Little stack breakdown there for you. And when you're watching these, you can pause them and really dig into them, or you can hit us up and I send it to your email if you like. Get on our email list. But it's just little good breakdowns we got with our notebook that we do for you guys. This one was predicted under 40.5 points. So already went up. Also has a prop bet on here, plus 500. First touchdown story, Mateer. Excuse me. So that's a little something that we have going for you. But for tonight game, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this Alabama game right here. Let me get that banner up for y'all. Alabama at Oklahoma. This is what we got on here. Let me pull mine up so I can go through this with y'all. Here we go right here. And this is my pick and my play on this. So Alabama is a revenge game, of course, right? Last game, Alabama went 326 yards passing in the first meeting. Lost to some turnovers that they had. So it was a really low scoring game the last time compared to the spread. Oklahoma's pass rush defense was nullified. 26 season touchdown passes for Ty Simpson. Over here, the turnovers were a fluke. Oklahoma forced three turnover, but ranks just 94th in the FBS in turnover. So they got 3 turnovers that game, but that's not even really what they do for the most part. And then, like I said, total yardage, Alabama had 400 yards, so they 212. They almost doubled their yardage last time. So where we brought the pick to is Alabama team total over 20.5. Alabama gets 3 touchdowns. We need 3 touchdowns in this game for a win right there with Alabama. That is my play on the Alabama game. Now let's move over to the next game, which is Miami for you and Texas A&M. Let's put the graphics up for that. Here we go. Miami, Texas A&M. In this matchup right here, so Miami's formula in this game is going to be to take care of the clock. They already have a pace. They have the 130th slowest pace in the league. It's a championship game. They're gonna slow it down. That's what they do. They have a top tier scoring defense. Now, scoring defense doesn't always rely to points. Sometimes a scoring defense helps to go under because it stops drives that could have turned into scores that end up being 0, right? And then the under has been successful in 4 hits on Miami's last 6 road games. So Miami is big time trending under in a big way. And the Texas A&M defense, they soar at third downs. So they're 24% on third downs killing drives. So as long as they kill a couple Miami drives, Miami paid enough defense to keep them off the field. We got a nice pace for a nice under. Then they also have a high risk of stall drives because Texas A&M is turnover prone with 7 ranking the 111 in the FBS, and Miami is the turnover king. So they're going to get a couple picks. Just a matter if they pick sixes or they just kill drives. Then you got the battle in the elite pass protections. Both teams excel at protecting the quarterback, suggesting the long, methodical drives when they do score. So with all that time wasting with Miami, we are taking the under 51.5 in that game. Let's keep it going to these 2 games right here. Now, this one, I'm kind of beating around the bush with this one, but I tell you this. I personally think I should double up whatever side I'm on in these 2 big blowout games. Basically, set up to be blowouts. Tulane versus Mississippi. We just see my man Weinstein come in. He's on Tulane. My man Kong talked about backdoor cover in the Oregon JMU game, and I say, I mean, you could lay the points on both games, and I think the worst you'll do is 1-1. So you really got an option of going 2-0 or walking away with a 1-1. And some people can say that for the under as well, but me myself, I think that these two, the classes of the team just doesn't match. This is something put together. It's new. The college playoffs. These teams probably would play early in the conference or in like some weird bowl game for these two to match up like this. Ole Miss and Tulane, even though they did play, early in the season, but I don't know. I don't know. But right here on this one, Ole Miss, overwhelming mismatch in this one. History repeats itself. Last time they beat them like 40 something to 20 something. They beat by over 20 point. But they do have a relief rushing attack as well with 208 yards on the ground. I don't know how Tulane's going to be able to stop their rush. And also, they also have a coaching change over here, which is also a motivator in this one as well, with Lane Kiffin coming out, all the drama behind that, a lot of reasons for the teams to come together in that one. And they have quite other statistical advantages, head-to-head dominance. Every time they played, Mississippi has won and covered this one. So everything stands on Mississippi right here. I'm going to take both teams to cover those spreads in both of those games, and I'm thinking I could go 2-0 in this one. If it's just a straight, they shouldn't continue to do this in college football. And this is my Notre Dame look, where you can say Notre Dame could have took one of those spots. We could have had a more quality game and balance it out. I'm gonna say both teams win and cover. So that's right here for this Ole Miss team versus Tulane, and also on this next game right here, JMU and Oregon. And lay the 21. Lay it on both of them. You lay it on both of them. You win either 1-1. You pay a little juice, or it's 2-2. There won't be no 0-2. Both of them will not cover the score. I said it right here on the Boss and the Sauce show, right here. But quick look at Oregon on this one. I mean, there's so much you could say about Oregon being so explosive on offense, number one in the nation, top tier defense. It is just so balanced all over. Oregon boasts the most formidable home winning advantage, winning 23 of his last 25 games in Eugene. It's just so many different ones. As far as for JMU, they have been untested against top competition like this. Sharp money is pouring in on Oregon. On top of that, the analytics power gap, ESPN Football Power Index gives Oregon a 88.2% chance to win the game. So they're gonna win for sure. More than likely they'll cover as well. And I'm on Oregon. So I'm laying the wood on both of the games and taking the favorite, going for a 2-0 or 1-1 in those two last games. So that's it, man. You can catch us new show alert. We gotta let me get to the alert. Hold on, let me get to the alert. New show alert right here on Who-Bangin Sports. On Sundays, we're gonna be doing hoops. On Sundays, we're gonna be moving into college basketball right after this college bowl thing is over. So me and my man Down Reach, we're gonna pick a day when we could do Saturdays, but there's so many games. But there's not many cappers coming on Sunday to talk basketball. When we're about to talk NFL football, and then we're gonna be going over in the March Madness and all that stuff. So, Who-Bangin Hoops every Sunday. Pull up with us on Sundays, Who-Bangin Hoops, me and my man, Don Ricci, and we'll probably have some guests. Our man Wham Bam probably pull in with some other hoops. It's hoops, so we might have some NBA Sunday good stuff in there for y'all too. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Continue to like, subscribe, and don't be afraid to become a member. Like I told you, it's $4.99 a month, and we have all kind of information that you could definitely get your $4.99 back and some. So holler at us. Thank you for your support. We out here.
The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.